Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here today. Today I'm presenting our 3-year strategic implementation plan titled Elevating Student Success Through an Inclusive and Equitable K-12 School Plan, focused on Nathan Hale Elementary School located in Carteret, New Jersey. To ground our work today, I wanted to start with a powerful quote from educator Erika. He says, "Equity is meeting young people where they are, as they are." That principle, is the foundation of everything that we will discuss today. So in order to do this work effectively, we have to really define what these terms are. And there's a brilliant metaphor about a party that makes these ideas come into clarity for me. Diversity means being invited to the party, and it's about representation across race, identity, background, and other areas. But inclusion means playing a meaningful role and feeling at home once you arrive to that party. And then beyond that, the difference between equality and equity is that equality gives everyone the exact same resources to be successful, whereas equity is rooted back in what Erika mentioned about meeting each person where they are and giving each individual the unique tools that they need in order to be successful. Because fair doesn't mean that everyone gets the same thing. Fair means that everybody gets exactly what they need to thrive. So when we talk about our vision, we are currently guided by the mission of the Carteret School District as well as the vision. And the mission is to educate the complete individual and ensure that the safety and well-being of all community members is upheld. We also look to the vision, which states that drawing on our cultural richness to inspire students to be innovative, respectful, and confident leaders who will rise to shape the world. And you can see at the bottom, RISE is standing for respectful, innovative, self-confident, and empowered leaders. As part of our continuous improvement, we also do talk about how Nathan Hale envisions building a localized, proactive school culture that's deeply rooted in cross-cultural competency. So we aim to build an environment where every student is seen, heard, and completely supported for who they are. To achieve this, a key next step for our team will be involving developing a localized vision building initiative that will take place when we have our teachers back in September, so that we can refine our building's specific vision to make sure that our staff are a part of the collaborative process and can take part in that vision. So an important piece of what we need to do, and anytime we implement changes, we really have to recognize exactly who we serve and what we do. So Nathan Hale is a diverse Title I pre-K through 4th grade school with an enrollment of 422 students. Multilingual learners make up 48.3% of our population, and we proudly host a bilingual dual language program for native Spanish speakers. We also know that 83.6% of our families are receiving reduced or free lunches, and 10.9% of our students are classified with disabilities and receiving special services, and 16.9% of our students are identified as chronically absent. So this profile makes equity-driven instruction an absolute necessity for our students' success. And when we take a deeper look at our population, these are the big numbers that stand out to us. So with 83.6% of students being identified as economically disadvantaged and nearly half of our students being identified as multilingual learners, it's really important that we are tailoring language support and implementing bilingual communication as part of our central mission, and also ensuring that we are meeting the students for what they need exactly where they are. And another layer of where we are, this is our ESSA Accountability Performance Trends from our latest school report card. And when we look at these trends for the 24-25 year, we see that there are areas of successes and also areas needing support. We met our targets for ELA and math proficiency across all of our students, and our multilingual learners exceeded the state standard for math growth. However, our chronic absenteeism target was not met across multiple demographic groups, and our students with disabilities showed no improvement in proficiency targets. When we look at our comparison to the state averages, Nathan Hale sits pretty closely to where those are, just hovering right below. So we're at 40.8% for mathematics and 52.3% for ELA. And we can also see the comparison on our growth scores related to the state's percentages. However, our 4-year growth comparison tells an incredibly positive story that we are very proud of. We have seen consistent upward trends, moving from 36.5% ELA proficiency in 2021 all the way up to 52.3% in 24-25. We are definitely making strides, but our strategic plan will help to address lingering gaps so that we can meet more students than we already are. So our needs assessment highlights 3 major opportunity gaps. First, curriculum planning. So our general education lesson planning lacks the consistent inclusion of bilingual and ESL perspectives. And that is making up a huge percentage of our students, so they need to be taken into consideration. Second, communication. There is an 18.8 gap in clarity that exists due to language barriers, causing families to miss vital information. And third, discipline practices. We need to shift towards restorative practices, PBIS, and moving completely away from traditional punitive measures to address and build personal accountability. So our timeline for this works over a 3-year span. In year 1, we start small, as it was stated in the IRIS module, by restructuring professional development for our ESL and general education collaboration, and by launching a multilingual messaging system for families. In year 2, we go big, taking that next step by initiating a cross-cultural curriculum audit and completing a physical building transformation, ensuring that we have 100% bilingual signage in all areas of our building. In year 3, we solidify our shared vision by ensuring that 100% of our ELA units feature global authors and achieve full integration of restorative practices. Throughout this process, we will monitor PLC logs, our messaging analytics, and discipline tracking, in addition to other measures that we have in the building for student success. So goal 1 is divided up a little bit. So our year 1 objective is to restructure the annual PD and faculty calendar to establish common planning periods that match ESL, bilingual, and general education teachers to eliminate instructional silos. We know that by having these teachers in the same room, not only from their results on our climate survey, but also for lesson planning, where we see gaps in what is being presented to students based on background knowledge for teacher experiences when teaching multilingual learners, despite SIOP training. We want to make sure that that is taking place, so we need to carve out time for that. And then in years 2 and 3, we will implement the school-wide cross-cultural curriculum audit, ensuring that 100% of our ELA units feature global authors, and we will measure this through our PD calendar schedules, our co-blended PLC logs, and our classroom library diversity audit scores. Okay, for goal 2, we will directly resolve the 18.8 parent communication gap in year 1 by rolling out a multilingual automated alert system, specifically targeting families approaching 5 or more absences. In year 2, we will complete a physical transformation, ensuring that 100% of the major common signage areas are fully bilingual in English and in Spanish. We will track this via chronic absenteeism logs, by our data analytics for messages received, and by visual walkthrough rubrics for the building. Goal 3 is restorative discipline and shared vision. This is the one that really transforms our culture. So in years 1 and 2, we transition away from punitive discipline by implementing proactive curriculums like Character Strong, monthly assemblies, and prioritizing peer mediation and mentorship. By year 3, we foster vision articulation where staff and families engage in reflective 1-minute vision check-ins to make sure that everyone is aware of what the vision is and that we are following it and using it as our guiding light. We will monitor this through discipline referral logs, biannual school climate surveys, and participation in community forums. In terms of general evaluation and implementation, we'll use continuous monitoring. So our school leadership team and the Carteret Tiered System of Support, or our CTSS team, which follows the model of the MTSS model, will meet twice monthly to go over data. We will track academic growth by monitoring Linkit data lockers, where we maintain all of our student data, including MClass Dibbles, literacy screeners, ConMat and Cosmos, InnovaMat map screeners, and IXL benchmarks, in addition to anecdotal notes and other data that we collect, like our writing samples that we do 3 times per year. And then lastly, for attendance and climate, the CTSS team will monitor tracking logs while our school social worker conducts annual climate surveys. Okay. Finally, we do need to make sure that we are communicating these shifts to our stakeholders, and we're moving towards active outreach by shifting to direct translated messages to meet parents where they are, just like Rudy Kafele said earlier. We are creating a welcoming environment with 100% bilingual signage so stakeholders instantly feel a sense of belonging, and positioning multilingual staff members at points of entry in the building so that parents have access to the information they need and they feel like they are part of our community from the moment they walk in. We are also cultivating a united voice through our 1-minute vision check-ins to clearly articulate the direction that we are moving in. These are our references, and we are really excited to be putting this plan into place. If you have any questions or you'd like to help us out and get on board, please reach out. I do thank you so much for your time. This is something that we feel really passionate about, and we know how important it is for everyone to feel like they are included at the party. And so we look forward to seeing you there and hearing your contributions to make our school an even better place than it already is. Thank you.